Hey Sparkies, I'm glad you're here tonight. Tonight, I want to talk about friends, okay? How many of you have heard about King David? He was chosen by the prophet Samuel to be king, but before he was king, he fought and defeated Goliath, and he played music for the man who was king before him, King Saul. Saul had not been very happy for a very long time, and he liked to have David play his harp because the music made Saul feel better. But Saul got jealous of David, and he gave him a different job in the palace so that he wouldn't have to see him. But David did really well in that job too, and that made King Saul even more jealous. So what did Saul want to do? He wanted to kill David. Fortunately, David had some good friends in the palace. One was his wife, Michal. Michal was King Saul's daughter. The other friend he had was Jonathan, and Jonathan was King Saul's son. When Michal and Jonathan found out that their dad wanted to kill David, they helped him. First, Jonathan went and talked to King Saul. He told his father that David had been a big help to Saul. David had killed Goliath and had served Saul very faithfully. King Saul took an oath and told Jonathan that he wouldn't hurt David. An oath is like a promise. But then Saul got jealous again because David fought the Philistines in a war and fought so well that the Philistines ran away from him. So this time, Michal heard that her father, the king, was going to try to hurt David. So she told David about what she had heard, and she helped him escape out a window during the night. David was able to get away from Saul, and Saul wasn't able to hurt him. Michal and Jonathan were good friends to David. And friends are important, aren't they? It's fun to play with our friends, to see them at school and church, and to learn verses together at Awana. Friends also love each other, help each other, and put others first. You can love your friends by telling them about Jesus if they don't know him. You can also love your friends when you give them a birthday card. You can help your friends by helping them learn their Awana verses or bringing them some cookies if they're sick. You put your friends first when you don't take a second piece of birthday cake before everyone else gets a piece. You also put your brothers and sisters first. Yes, your brothers and sisters can be your friends too, when you let them watch what they want on TV instead of making them watch what you want. David had some really good friends. Michal and Jonathan helped him out when he really needed it. Philippians 2 verse 4 says, "Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others." This verse tells us that we need to think of other people first. We need to be good friends to others. Michal and Jonathan showed David that they loved him when they helped him to escape King Saul. Jonathan put David first when he went to talk to King Saul, and Michal helped David when she told him that the king was coming after him to hurt him. Now I want you to turn to the person sitting on your left and say, "I want to be a good friend to you." Go ahead. Now turn to the person sitting on your right and say it again. Go ahead. Now turn back and look at me. I want you guys to take a minute when the video is over to share with your leader how you can be a good friend this week, okay? Right now, I want to tell you what you need to do as you move forward from here, okay? Green Jewel 4.2 requires that you have a chart filled out. Ask your leaders to show you which page in your book it's on, and then take your time this week and get the chart filled out so you can earn your Green Jewel for 4.2. Have a good night, Sparkies.